How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Welcome to Base Lab, New Mexico. Today I'm sitting here with Mr. Jabez Ledres. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
you doing today?
I'm good. I honestly woke up in a fright because you said 10 a.m. and I woke up at 9 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, I'm late, so I'm glad I'm not late. Made it. So
You're right on time,
I'm
brother.
on time.
You're right on time,
I've
brother.
been sleeping late recently and just waking up later in the day, which I don't like. So gotta fix that.
It goes in cycles, right?
Yeah.
The schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get on that gig schedule and then
Everything's late.
And then it just goes like that. Plus it's summertime, kind of a summertime schedule.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on that old guy schedule where I get up at like 6 a.m.
Oh, nice.
and then like do work for a little while and then I go back to bed for a while.
Oh, okay. I should try that. Yeah. There was a time, I think January, all the New Year's resolutions. And I'm like, this year, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get a cold shower. I'm going to put on like outside clothes so I don't go back to bed by 7 a.m., whatever. Or I go to the gym or something like that. That's really good for like a month or maybe a month and a half. And then it just all fell apart one by one. It's just like, let's make it 7 a.m. Let's make it 8 a.m. I was like, let's not go to the gym today. Let's not do the cold shower. That's too painful. So, and now it's just like waking up at 9, running straight to obligations.
Yeah, obligations.
July, halfway through.
Yeah.
Already, which is crazy.
Yeah. So what you been doing? You're the music director for your band, and you're doing a lot of gigs and stuff like that. What projects you got going on this week?
Yeah, this week is a chill week, but last month was bananas. Like I think I couldn't even breathe. So yeah, a lot of work with the Mango Cakes. Obviously, we are finally playing public shows again. It's been a while, so we've usually mostly taken private gigs, weddings, corporate events from January to June. And then end of June-ish, we started preparing for our show last Friday at Marble. And it was a great hit. It was like a lot of people and a lot of work to get it going. And we were really happy about that. So yeah, we're writing music. We have new personnel. So onboarding new people in a band that's been going for a while is kind of challenging on its own.
Yeah, that is challenging.
Yeah, we got Caleb Garvey new, David Bethany on the drums, Nathan Culberson. Horn section people are like coming in and out the door.
Yeah, shout out to those dudes. Yeah, shout
out
to
to hired guns and really talented musicians in the scene, really professional people. Makes my life easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played a show Friday with Mark Ellington was on sax.
Shout out to Mark.
Mark was killing as usual, and we killed it. It was just such a good time. We had a fun time. So
that's great.
Happy to be back.
You had an opening band too, right?
Yeah, Carita with Jessica Pacheco.
Okay.
And her apparently those are her classmates from college, and we've always admired Jessica for a long time. Sol de la Noche, if you remember them.
Okay.
They were like the other young band that was really good at music, really talented musicians in that band, and we were just young and like starting off as the Mango Cakes, and I think Tina and I were like just really astounded, and then I think they took a break and they stopped playing or they reshaped what they were doing, and Jessica was off the scene for a while. She sang with us a couple times, and now she has her own band.
Oh, that's
they're
great.
Super talented. They're like, really unique sounding, almost like math rocky, but with Jessica Pacheco's vocals on top of.
That sounds really cool. And one more time, the name of that band?
Carita.
Okay.
Carita. Carita 505 on Instagram.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So that was a great show.
Nice.
Friday. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, when you're getting new people in the band, how do you run your band? Do you guys rehearse regularly? Do you use charts? How do you set that up?
Yeah, it's a good question. First, like for finding personnel, it's just people I know. in the scene that are usually already like working in other situations.
Sure.
They're good at what they do, so they're doing other things. And lately, we just kind of pull them into our orbit and kind of like introduce them to our universe of how we do things. Half the band are working musicians, and then half the band are like just like really dedicated to the mango cakes in our context. And so there's already a culture happening inside the band that we're like practice every Wednesday from this time to this time. Like I create set lists with a core team with the singers, and I use like Google Sheets to create set lists. So it's very organized. I learned that from Arthur Metters.
Shout out to Artha.
Shout out Artha, our boss.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
then, I link songs to the titles of the songs. And so they know exactly what kind of reference we're looking for to play the songs. But I just expect the bandmates to listen to the song the way it is and just learn it and chart it the way they need to.
Right.
And expect them to be ready by rehearsal. And so we have a group chat as every band does. It's really noisy, but also I'm just like trying to develop like one-on-one relationships with new people, and so I'll hang out with them outside of the band, get to know them better.
That's really cool.
If they're going to be a permanent fixture in the band, I think it's really important to have relationships with them and know everybody's kind of motives for being a musician and why they want to be musicians. Some people need it to make money. Some people like just really want to create, and some people just want to play shows. There's like different motivations, and as a leader, you kind of need to harness every single person's strengths and desires and make sure you can meet them so that they stay in the band.
Interesting.
So and it's like 8 to 9 people right now.
Wow.
So relationships to navigate. So
yeah, you sound like a really good band leader.
I don't know.
That's what a good band leader would say.
A good band leader is a person who doesn't want to be the band leader or something like that. This is saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to embrace it. It's a big deal when you're going out to do shows. You're like, there's a difference between being a hired gun and being in a band. And, I've done both. And there's definitely something to be on stage with your friends.
Correct. Yeah. And making people react to your friendship, to your chemistry on stage, and like seeing people like that, it's intoxicating.
Yeah.
For sure. I think I just became de facto band leader through the years, just solely for the fact that I understood the roles of multiple instruments and knew how to communicate what to ask from a vocalist or a drummer or a keys player, guitar player. I kind of have experience, with all those instruments. As we've worked together, like we run rock band together, like I kind of know what to say. I don't know how to play all those instruments like as good as my bandmates, but somehow I know how to talk about it. I know how to talk about songs and live performance. I was a worship leader for a long time prior to being a band leader.
Wow.
And so every Sunday you had to be ready to serve a crowd or serve an audience. And so I had the most experience when the band started. And then eventually all the original members had just left the band. And so I'm like the last remaining original member of the Mango Cakes at this point. And so by that, I think that naturally just made me the leader.
Sure. Yeah.
Of the band. And then obviously you need to build trust. Like people have to trust your decisions. And I think I've earned people's trust over the years. And so I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
And so, I don't take it lightly. And so I want to make sure I set up the leader's job isn't to say I'm the best one here. And so you listen to me. That's not what a leader does. The leader's job is to remind people that what they signed up for. And everybody signs up for the thing. And then you're like, okay, because you signed up for the thing, you need to know the songs or you need to play this part, or you need to do this, and that. And I think that's my job. I don't think I'm better than anybody in the band at all. I even said at some point that I want to be the weakest musician in the band so I can have all these like superheroes to play with.
That's great. You have such a great attitude about relationships, and that's what it is. We're dealing with relationships, and the band is like the other person in the room, and it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's got to be fun, right?
It has to be fun. Yeah, it has to be fun. Actually, that's one of our founding concepts or core values is we want to have fun. Like fun is, if we are having fun on stage, then the crowd's gonna have fun. So we choose fun songs. We choose songs that people can relate to. So now we're moving towards like we play a lot of pop music because that's what a lot of people can relate to. And then we try to elevate whatever that music with our musicianship. So we play pop music, but then we elevate the pop music so that it's like for a musician to watch it, they're also having a good time. And then a normal person who just knows Bruno Mars, like, oh, that's Bruno Mars, you know what I mean? And then the drummer's like, oh my God, that drummer is just ripping right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of having those worlds collide.
Bruno Mars that's some challenging stuff to play, man.
People think it's easy, but there's some sophistication in there, subtly.
A lot of sophistication in those bass parts. I've learned a few Bruno Mars songs on bass, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm a little over my head. Yeah. Do you guys write a lot of songs too?
Yeah. So, our reputation for the last, I think, 5 years has been playing covers. And we've always wanted to write music, but somehow, there would just always be a gig in the way of writing. And the gig is like, hey, we need you to play 3 hours, 2 hours, and we're paying this much. So it's like, we can't say no to that. We have to play that gig. But because we were preparing for the gig, we're not writing. And so that was the conundrum we found. We were like a victims of our own cover band success. Like our start was at Sawmill for 3 hours every Sunday as a residency. And so we had to fill those 3 hours with covers, and we didn't want to be a cover band right off the bat, but that was the gig that you couldn't say no to, and then Sandia Casino calls, and then a wedding calls. You're like, we're just playing covers again and again, you know what I mean? And we took last year, we took the foot off the gas pedal last year. Like, let's slow down. Like, we're losing people. Like, Tina moved to Nashville. Hugo decided to leave the band, our guitar player, longtime guitar player, to be with his family more. And so, we're gonna take a break and recalibrate. And so the winter this year, we spent a lot of time writing. And last Friday was the first show that we actually were able to present our new stuff.
Cool.
So maybe 70% of the set is original music now.
Wow.
60 to 70%.
Wow.
From maybe 20% back in the day.
Wow.
And songs we're proud of. Songs that we really worked hard on, and we're still learning how to write too, As a band, that's a process. Every band is a writing process that's different. There's 8 to 9 people writing together. It's a lot of work. So
that's a delicate operation. Just writing with other people in general is tricky because we can all sit down and write music, but when you want it to be a collaboration, it brings up all these other dynamics in a good way.
Oh yeah.
I want to, when I'm collaborating with people, I want to have ideas, but I don't want to have 5 ideas for every one of other person's ideas, or vice versa. You know what I mean? I don't want to have too few ideas or too many ideas. It's a sweet spot because or if you're in the recording studio
Yeah.
and someone has an idea, it's like, oh, okay, let's check that out, and it could be 10 minutes of everybody's time,
Yeah.
and it might not end up being a cool idea. You might not keep it, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
And
you have to have a little bit of time to experiment, though.
correct. Yeah. You need to allow the song to become its own thing. And that was the hardest part in the last 5 years, I think, was because people had different levels of experience writing. And so, like, just to push the rock forward was just like, do I push the rock this way, or do I push it this way, or should I push, or do I not push, or do I let them push first and then I'll push later? You know, there was a lot of just the dynamics you were describing.
Yeah.
And I think this year I figured out that what we would do was bring up some old demos that I would create on my own, or maybe with one other band member, and then present it to the band. The band will learn it as it is, like give the demo the respect it deserves, and then as you've learned the demo as it is, then you've earned the right to say something about it. So it's not just like, oh, I heard your demo, now I have ideas. It's like, let me play your idea, and then let me develop your idea.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
It's really fair. Right?
Yeah.
It's very.
Yeah. I think it creates like kind of a discipline around the writing process. I think then after you have to learn something, you're just like, oh, okay, I feel what the idea is. Like I can literally embody what the vibe is of the song, right? And because of that, your natural creative instincts are just going to be like, oh, you're going for this genre or this style or this vibe, right? As opposed to just listening to it and not playing it at all, or not learning it as it stands. Then it's just all your other ideas from your own world that you're dropping into it instead of serving the song that's already there. And so we've found success that way. So we would just have a demo. I would write with a guitarist, or I would write with a vocalist or something. And I would just make sure that the parts were as simple and not as crazy as possible, or, can be developed so that I'm not in love with it until my drummer, like or keys player will say, I have an idea, because you're the actual keys player, you're an actual guitar player, you know what I mean? And then like really harness it into what they think it should be. I learned that from Michael League, from listening to podcasts from Snarky Puppy.
Oh.
He would say he would make demos with like the shittiest sounds possible, so that he's not in love with any of what he's made, but he can create the vibe of, the song, or where the direction is of the whole piece. So I think that's been useful.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So it's kind of the concept is that one musician composes some music, and then the other musicians in the group learn it as part of the competency of working with that music.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then it develops from there.
Yep.
But you're saying like if you write something and someone takes the time to listen to it, but they don't take the time to really actually learn it on their instrument, that there's a difference there.
There is a difference there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's passive versus active in some ways. Right. And I don't think people do that maliciously, to be like, I heard your demo and here's my idea now.
Right.
But there's something about, okay, let me learn the idea. That way, you just you just funnel in the energy, and then you kind of start serving the song from the get-go, as opposed to serving your ideas, I think. That's just a guess. I'm not the best songwriter in the world. It's worked for us, at least for that was a 5-year process to figure out what would work for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think now we have just the personnel that like have to understand what the writing process looks like, which means sometimes it's dead ends and sometimes it's bad ideas.
Patience. Takes a lot of patience because, it's like we all want to do stuff. We all want to get it done. We all want to, let's play the song. Okay, let's do it. Let's play the song. Let's play the gig. Let's record it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, yeah, let's go. But sometimes when you're working on a piece of art or like a song, you almost have to go into experimental mode. And if you're not if it can be difficult if you're not in the right headspace. So I feel like the caveat with all of this is patience. Like, we're going to sit here and we're going to work on this song.
Yeah.
And we might come out with nothing new.
Yeah.
But we tried some stuff.
Be okay with that.
And, through the process, you worked on the process.
Correct.
And in the process, you worked on those relationships.
Yes. Yeah. Dynamics.
And so you did grow as a band, even though you didn't have like a tangible thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you worked on your communication skills.
Yeah. Right. Maybe, maybe you learned that like, this person has a lot of cool ideas. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Yeah, totally. It's not a wash.
Yeah.
To go through the process of creating together, even though it's challenging sometimes. And sometimes it's not challenging. Sometimes it's just like, oh my God, we're just like hitting the gas pedal and you were just like, good idea, great idea. And the song's great. Rarely, but happens sometimes. And that is just such a good, just like impetus for like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited for people to hear recorded versions of these songs. The other part of what we've found hard to do is nail what our sound is. And we still are figuring that out because we play covers. We can play every genre imaginable really well. And we like all of it, you know what I mean? So when we write, it's like, oh, this is a Paramore song. And then the next one is, oh, like this is like an old school 70s funk song. And then this is an old school 70s ballad. And then this becomes like a heavy metal outro after like almost like an EDM-y first part. Like we just go for it and we're okay with it. You know what I mean?
I think sometimes the more you think about it, it doesn't help.
Like, doesn't help
in terms of like, what's my genre, you know? Because I know with my music, it doesn't really fit in any genre, and I struggle with that, you know? But I think as long as you guys are just being true to yourself, you'll sound like you. It's inevitable. There's no way that it won't.
That's good.
Don't you think?
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Be yourself. Be true to yourself. And
people resonate with it.
That's right.
People don't resonate with pretentiousness and pretending to be highfalutin.
Yeah, that's right.
And it might not be for everyone, right? The people will start weeding themselves out of liking your music, but then there's other people who will like your music, and then you find them faster.
Yeah,
because you're true to yourself.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And I think even if you're doing, cover songs or someone else's music, if you're doing it authentically, then people will connect with it. And I feel also, the more you do, the more you go down this musical path, and the more you guys find your sound, the more that you might want to change those cover songs up a little bit to be like, let's do it Mango Cake style. Right.
Correct. We've done it a couple times. We've done that a couple times. We released Best Part, Daniel Caesar's song, which is usually like some mellow R&B vibe with an acoustic guitar initially, and we play it like just in your face. We start with hits. 1, 2, da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like just fun, and and that's a result of just being ourselves. I still, you as an artist, that's like an everyday challenge.
Yeah.
Who am I? So I can be more myself, knowing who you are. That's a
Yeah.
whole different conversation to have. But
I feel like that's our job as artists, is to sort of honor the personalities that we have naturally, and just be okay with that.
yeah,
We all have our own style and
yeah,
our own sound, and I think also one thing that I'm trying to think about more is like there's enough room in this game for everybody, and
yeah,
every sound, and every band, and every artistic work,
yeah,
and that we can celebrate each other,
yeah,
and just find the common ground that we have as musicians,
yeah. Totally,
and yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
When you're younger, this is for like bands just starting out. There's always that, like what are the older kids doing? Like what are the people ahead of us doing? And how am I like living up to that standard or that bar? At least this is what I always felt, and maybe that's because I grew up in another country with a different culture, and so for me, like it was really important that the elders respected what I did as a younger artist, as a younger musician, as a younger band.
You mean like the elder musicians?
Yeah, the elder musicians, the bands that have been doing it way longer than we were doing it. And there was like almost like a sense of it's a good thing because then you learn from the best. Like you're like watching the best, you're looking at who's successful in the scene and copying what they do or like emulating the spirit of what they do. But then there was a lot of also I just sense of self-consciousness and like losing my own identity and not trusting my own unique voice, like you mentioned, that there's space for that too. You know what I mean? I was super worried about like, oh, this band's doing this, we got to do this kind of thing, or this is how a casino band does music. These are the songs they would play. We should do that, or else we're not a good casino band, or any variation of that. I was always like, overwrought with like self doubt, and I think only until like I hit my 30s that I was like, you know what, I'm also cool, and like I should just listen to my own gut instinct about things. And I think having a balance of both is important. You're not living in a vacuum either, right? So if you're just like on your own island and doing your own thing the whole time without like being informed by your surroundings or your community, that's not also good either. I don't think. And I think so being aware of that, it's like what's the community doing? What's the scene in Albuquerque like for music? And then what's my voice, and like being able to develop those two things.
Yeah. Speaking of Albuquerque, I'd love to know kind of what brought you here and
Yeah.
in New Mexico and also a little bit of your story. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we've worked together, Jabez and I have worked together, under the direction of Artha in the schools in an outreach program. And so we've worked together, but we haven't hung out that much. This is almost like the most we've ever hung out is here on the show.
Yeah. We have an hour and a half,
Yeah, right.
but we're like teaching students and we're like planning real quick about like, oh, how's your day? What's your bouye?
Yeah.
And then we go on and teach.
Yeah, we do bouillets. We came up with this thing
You
called,
know what's funny? The Mango Cakes does bouillets now.
Hey!
I brought it to the band and everybody loves it.
That's
like,
great.
Can we do bouillets? David will always be like,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Like, this is great. Awesome idea.
Bouillets.
Yeah.
I got it from my daughter.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Hope.
Nice. That's
Love
sweet.
you, Hope.
That's really sweet.
We were doing this thing when she got out of school, which was like, let's do bouillets. Okay, what's your boo? What's your yay? And it's just a way of checking in emotionally. It's a way of saying emotionally, like, I care about you because I want to know what was hard for you today,
Yeah.
what was great for you today,
Yeah.
and it shows that we care about each other a little bit. So
Absolutely.
that was good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's made the band at least more like empathetic towards each other. They're like, oh, that's what you're going through in life, you know. And on the other hand, like it's a good way to just like balance your outlook. Where if you're a boo type person, when you only see boos, you have to come up with a yay. You have to find and scan for what actually good happened. And like some of our students, that they're like, my yay is that my friend is in this class right now, and that's really sweet to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and even though there's nothing else good happening for them that day, the fact that they're in that class together is a yay for them. And yeah, it's like, yeah, it's been a cool exercise. So,
That's great.
Yeah, thanks
That's
for bringing
so
that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, back
yeah,
to
my
you
story.
coming to Albuquerque. You know, where are you from? Like,
Yeah,
what this mysterious man called Jabez, who's in Albuquerque, laying it down like a Emmer effort on the bass, yo.
let's demystify some of that story. I guess I think so. We're immigrants. My family, we're from the Philippines, and we moved to the United States around the time I was like 16, which is 2009, and used to live in North Carolina, and then eventually ended up in Gallup, New Mexico.
Wow.
So it was like a crazy move that we did for the sake of staying permanently in the United States. So like visa stuff, basically. And in Gallup, there's like the symbiotic relationships between like Native American schools and Filipino teachers, Filipino immigrant teachers specifically,
Interesting.
because those Native schools would sponsor our green cards. It's like if you teach here, then we'll give you a green card, basically. And so there's like Filipino communities in the reservations and Gallup, and there's a whole like world there of like educators and Filipino nurses. So that's like I would say in America, that's where I'm from. Really grateful for that time in our lives where I was able to just like be in a space that like there was a lot of Filipino support. Like I had a lot of Filipino friends, and then was able to experience American culture at the same time, but in a smaller context. So you can kind of like just dip your toes in it and like, oh, okay, this is how I should act culturally around, you know, in school, whatever. And then I went to college at UNM here in Albuquerque, and just like stayed. I just stayed. I have had so many different hats in my life, and particularly because the biggest like monkey on my back was believing that I'm good enough, you know, and believing I was good enough to be a musician was the monkey on my back. And so I didn't even study music in college at all. Like I didn't even try. I didn't even apply for music school. And I had already been playing bass for a couple of years at that point. I was like jazz band in high school. I went to Stanford jazz workshop in the summer to learn jazz on bass. I was in bands. Like I was doing music already. I was playing at church all the time. But when it was time to make a decision on like your major, like I just didn't believe in myself enough to even say, "Oh, I should study music." So I studied a healthcare field. I have a degree in exercise science. I was trying to be a physical therapist, and then eventually after college, became a campus minister for a year, and then moved on to working in immigration law, which was really tied to like a lot of the social justice still happening. I mean, yeah, that's a big part of my identity is, you know, advocacy and social justice issues. So I was a Department of Justice accredited representative for a local nonprofit immigration law firm, and had clients like casework, help people get papers, basically. And then the pandemic happened, and that was like really hard to do that kind of work in an isolated situation. So it kind of felt some burnout. I eventually became like the city's immigrant refugee affairs coordinator. So much responsibility, and I was only like 27 years old, and I was like part of making decisions for immigrant and refugee affairs. So I was just like this can't be my life. Like this is so hard, you know. This is I will lose all my hair, either that or I'll just get really stressed and just, you know, not be a great public servant. So at that time, the music started coming in, you know. So I started playing music a lot with D Brown at
Shout out to D Brown.
D Brown got me my start in the music scene at the Monte Vista fire station. There was like a jam there every Thursday, and right around that time, I was like the house bass player because nobody else. Artha was on tour. Other bass players weren't in town yet. Like I was like, cool, like I can play, and I barely, you know, knew these songs, but I was available and was the house bass player for 2 years
At the Monte Vista.
Yep, the Monte Vista Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I learned like, okay, like these are the songs that musicians play here. These are the players in the music scene. You know, these are the singers. These are the da da da. The band was pretty good. Like some nights it would be dead, and some nights it would just be like lit, and like the band was killing, you know. And so it was like, oh, this is what it feels like to be entertaining. This is what it feels like to be in a good band that's like tight. And this is what improvising on stage feels like, because all of it was an open mic. And so somebody would be like, I want to sing this song, and you would learn the song on the spot, or at least like have an idea how it goes. So it was a crucible for me, and I developed really quickly that way. And so from there, I just like had this idea of like, let me make my own thing, you know. So yeah, so the rest is history after that. So I would say around 2021, the Mango Cakes was born.
Okay.
And like ever since then, that's been my baby.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the short version.
That was kind of long.
It's all relative, right? It's all depends on compared to what.
Yeah, but life stories are like that, right? Like there's so much to extract, and like memories come up and all these things. But
yeah, I can really relate to what you were saying about being unsure about being if you could be a musician.
Yeah.
Because I kind of went through a similar feeling, you know. You know, my parents were supportive of me trying to do music, but I mean, they didn't know if it was possible.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
right.
They just didn't know.
Yeah.
And so I spent so many years just doing it and kind of proving to myself that I can do it. And, you know, here we are, you know. And
are you from New Mexico?
Yeah, I'm from Santa Fe originally.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I was born in Santa Fe and homeschooled.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was before cell phones, before the internet.
Nice.
You know, so I kind of grew up under a rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, here I am.
Yeah, I remember meeting you at Ryan Montano's jam at the Lobo Theater.
Oh yeah,
years back.
Yeah, the Lobo.
Years back.
What did he call that jam? The Lobo Sessions.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
right.
Ryan Montano, shout out.
Shout out Ryan Montano.
Yeah, he had that jam at the Lobo Theater for a minute there.
That's true.
That was fun.
That was good. I was always intimidated to get up on there, but that's just like a natural thing that I do. But I remember seeing you play, and I'm like, this guy is so solid, so tasty. Like you just like did what needed to be done to elevate the song at all times, consistently. And I was just like, you need to play like that. You need to play like that. It's so good. I remember you had like your 4-string PJ.
Yeah, my PJ
with
my
flats.
Fender with flats. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, yeah, like that's a cool bass.
Oh man, thank
bass.
you. Yeah. Shout out to Mark Comer. He still has that bass.
Okay, you sold it to him?
Santa Fe bass player. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Really good bass player. Yeah.
Stayed at home.
Stayed at home.
Nice.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Cool. I've never done a bass. I haven't done a bass jam.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Hey. Cool, man.
Nice. That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, little groove action.
Yeah.
You want to show me something?
Oh, dude, I've been learning a lot of Verdine White
Oh,
recently.
goodness gracious.
We're playing an Earth and Fire set
Oh,
in a
man.
couple weeks, and the bass lines on that guy, it's just like so subtle and so just, and he doesn't play the same thing twice.
Verdine White is like a superhero. This guy, he's otherworldly, right?
Dude, the
Oh my
feel
goodness.
is bananas.
Bananas. They do. That's the perfect word.
Because he'll like slap a line. Okay, so he'll play a bass line, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm hearing what the bass line is, and then he'll add a slap thing, but it doesn't pop or slap at the time that you're like expecting it, and it's like on an upbeat, on an of two or something. Like it's just crazy, and so I've been trying to do that, but. You know what I mean?
I see.
Or not, sorry, a 4 sharp flat 5.
That's cool.
Take a solo. Yeah, you can't help but smile on that. That bass line is so just silly, but like so nice, like so fun.
Let's try a little more, and this time you solo a little bit.
Oh no.
That was so sweet, man. You were playing some shit that was so nice, bro. That was really cool.
Dude.
Tell me about that bass, man.
Oh yeah, this
That's a
bass.
killer bass.
This bass feels like, I think it's not like, it's very special to me because this is a Marcus Miller signature bass.
Marcus Miller signature. Oh, is that the signature
Yeah,
up there? That's
yeah.
Marcus.
And
Wow.
it's special to me because he's been my bass idol since I was a kid.
Wow.
Like since I started.
No way.
I landed on a random YouTube video of him playing with Lee Ritenour. Dang it, I forgot the names of the band members. Him and Lee for sure on that video, and he has this fedora and this yellow bass just popping off the screen in a time where like videos were like really grainy and not high quality, not high def. I was like, whoa, who is this guy? And he was just like, slapping and all that stuff. And I'm in the Philippines, right? Like, there's no way I'd ever, one, see this guy, two, be able to afford his bass. Like, there's just not a part of me that ever thought that. I would listen to his music all the time. I just felt like he was really cool. There was a part of me that was like, bass isn't just a background instrument, and he just made it like sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a very percussive player. I love that about him. And so yeah. So I think I remember as a teenager finally moving to America, seeing a bass like this at a Guitar Center, and I was like, one day I'll own this bass.
Wow. So it was just like another world for you. You were like checking out Marcus Miller, and you were like, man, what is that thing? I'd never be able to afford one of those. Like, what's that? And then fast forward a little bit, you're in America, and you're like, it's a little closer. You're like, Guitar Center.
I can touch it.
I could touch it. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's a picture of me holding it like this, like as an 18-year-old or maybe younger than that, 16-year-old. And like this, I didn't understand that. Like,
yeah.
What is that? Like, what is this thing? This like big tail right here and like these extra knobs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've only played passive basses up to that point. So just like everything about this was just like this mysterious, cool thing. Like the freaking inlays, the fretboard not being rosewood.
The badass bridge.
Like, to me, it just like, and the color was just like, it's natural, but it's like yellow.
So that really is kind of like a Marcus Miller setup.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And, back then he had like a 70s Fender Jazz, and Roger Sadowski would like set it up for him or something like that. Brian Abel, who's a bass nerd.
Shout out to Brian.
You had an interview with him.
Yeah, we did.
He knows more of this story than me because I have a hard time listening to details, but I like the macro stuff. And so I was like, oh man, like I hope one day I'll be able to afford it. You know what I mean? And my bass journey moves on, and like I actually end up with a Sire, which is his signature like new brand that he's on now.
Right.
That was one of my first expensive basses, quote unquote expensive, but it's relative, right?
Right.
Coming out of like not being a gigging musician and just like a church musician into like the gigging scene, the Sire 5-string Sire was my first like bass
working
bass.
Yeah.
And then I, eventually got a good job with the city, got paid pretty decent money. And so I was on the search for like the bass. Like, what is the bass that I would like feel like I'm expressing myself the best on?
Yeah, yeah.
And I would go boutique. I would go like Elric. Arthur would be like, dude, why are you buying all these expensive? I had like a Dingwall at some point, which Brian also had, and we would talk about basses all the time. So we would just like him and I would just go through this like thought experiment of like what could it be, I ended up with a Stingray, 5-string Stingray. I always wanted
You gotta try it out.
try it out, and then I could afford it at that time, which is really grateful for. And buy and sell, buy and sell. So I wouldn't really lose that much money on it. Like I would be like, spend a bunch of money on this, get a bunch of money back, and so on and so on. And I think the last bass I got was the 5-string. You've seen Brian play this. It's like a 5-string sparkly HH Stingray bass. Massive, huge. Like I bought it new, roasted maple neck, just ebony fretboard, just like
Wow.
and sparkly, which is my personality.
Wow.
And I hated it. It's so cool in thought, and I played it, and it was just not the sound that I was hearing in my head, And I eventually borrowed somebody's 5-string jazz again. So like I had the Sire and then sold it, went through this boutique process of not jazz basses, and it came back to the jazz bass. Like at the end of the day, it's like this is just I borrowed somebody's like Fender 5-string Ultra something, which is still an expensive bass, but it was the cheapest bass out of all the basses that I've been buying at that point. And I was like, this is still the sound that I want. Like this is still like, this feels like home when I play it, when I slap, when I play the songs I have to play. Like this feels so comfortable and like just the sound I'm used to. And I think a lot of that was just listening to Marcus Miller all the time growing up. And so I talked to Brian, and Brian was like, "Oh, why don't you just get a Sadowski? Since you're a boutique boy, like why don't you just like spend a little bit more on a really really nice 5-string jazz bass, which is a Sadowski." And so I have that in my house.
Oh, okay.
It's so beat up. It's like it's my workhorse bass.
Okay. Okay.
So
Great,
I
great.
gigged with that for a long time, 5-string.
Yeah.
And I think in that process of like getting that 5-string, I'm like, I was reminded of my love for this. Like it's like, oh yeah, like when I was a kid, like this was the golden chalice. Like this was like, and so I just like it kind of just like reminded me of my love for this specific bass, and somehow found it for a really good deal at Reverb at one point. And it's like I need to just get this now. Like I've tried other 4-string jazz basses. I hated them, but I know I'm gonna like that. And sure enough, like I got this, and it's like
It's all good to go.
just feels right. It just feels right. It just feels right. All the touch points are so nice. It's reverse tuners because Marcus Miller likes that way, which is really funny.
Okay.
Yeah. So like something to get used to there, but it's a unique thing about it. There's binding on the neck, which I freaking love. Binding on the neck.
It's nice.
The inlays are unique, and it just has the sound. And then it's got an active circuit, just in case you need a little bit more in a setting like the Mango Cakes. Like I need to just punch harder because there's 8 other people. So I push this on, and this is a bass and treble, and that's as simple as that too, which is what I like. It's like the Sadowski preamp has that kind of simplicity to it. Just blend a tone control and bass and treble. Like no mids, no mid sweep, no nothing. I don't like overcomplicating that stuff, and so yeah, I love this bass a lot. I've had this for 2 years now at this point. That's time in my life where I'm like happy with the basses I have.
It's a good look for you, man.
It's mango colored.
Yeah.
So it's on brand when we play gigs.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's the yellow bass,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, let's play a blues. And
Okay,
before we wrap it up, which key? What key do you want to play?
let's do it. A.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Ah.
Hey.
Dude, my
I love holding it down.
Yeah, me too. Me too. There's nothing like just playing bass, and just holding it down.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. This is cool, man. Well,
Yeah,
I'd love to.
damn.
I'd like to thank Albuquerque Nuevo Teatro for having us in here today. This is a great space, and they've been
Yeah.
really nice to be into like some collaboration. Let's do some collaboration in the community. So yeah, yay Albuquerque Nuevo Teatro for letting Bass Lab in Mexico come hang out in there, and so I'd like to thank them, and I'd like to thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Just
much. Thanks
thank you for having me.
yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming
Thanks
by.
for asking questions and asking great
Yeah, thanks
questions.
for talking about the scene and
Absolutely.
talking about your band and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see you at work.
All right, see you at work.
See you at school.
All right, cool. All
Cool.
right, very
Great.
good. I think we got it.
Nice.